Hey friends, welcome back for another video. I'm Shonda. If this is your first time here, welcome to my channel. This is not the type of content that I usually post, but I'm trying something different this month to regulate consistency and to show up because sometimes I over plan my videos, which means I don't actually edit and produce my videos. So today I've decided to just go live and record this video, and then I'm going to take it down, tweak it a little bit, edit it, and then put it back up as a video on my channel. Today I am planning for a satisfying September. And so I'm going to take you through the process that I do monthly in my Power Sheets Goal Planner. If you're here, hello, hi. If you'd like to participate, fine. If you'd like to just sit in the background and watch me do it, that's on you. I'm happy to have you here. If you want to get out your Power Sheets Goal Planner or a notebook, whatever you have, and join me in the fun, welcome to do that. You are welcome to do that. I'm going to open my Power Sheets, bring them up on camera here. Let me show you what they look like. These are my Power Sheets. It's a notebook, it's a planner. It's specifically called a goal planner. It's not like a daily to-do list type tracker planner. It actually helps you cultivate what matters. It helps you to identify what matters, to remember what matters, and to continuously plan what matters in your life. And I love it. I've been using the system. I read the book in 2018, started using the Power Sheets in 2019, and have used them yearly ever since. So I stand behind this product because it works for me. So I'm going to turn some music on, just get some vibes going. This is, like I said, not going to be one of my heavily edited videos. It's just going to be vibes and planning. Okay. Vibes and planning. The first of the month doesn't usually fall on a Monday, which is also a holiday, which allows me to have more time to do this publicly. So here we are taking advantage of all the things. Hello, people who are getting notifications that I'm live. I didn't actually think people would show up, but here we are. So, hello, hello. Okay, let me turn the music on. I got some vibey music. Let's see what the vibes are doing. So, the first part of this process, if you've never done this before, is the month in review. You go back to the previous month and you recap how that month felt, what you enjoyed, what did you do, all the things. And this becomes like a little journal of like, oh yeah, I forgot I did that. So I've taken a moment to think about that because sometimes it takes me a minute. Like I actually sometimes have to go back through pictures and see what I did in the month and look at videos and go, oh man, I did all that. So some action steps that I'm proud of. Last month I walked 50 miles. I actually wanted to walk more, but I did get 50 in. And you know, who can, I didn't realize, like 50 is a lot of miles until I told someone, yeah, I wanted to up it to 60 miles, but we only did 50. And he's like, 50 miles is a lot of miles. Like, you know what? 50 miles is a lot of miles. And I walked 50 miles last month. So I'm actually very proud of that. Last month, I relaunched Walking in the Word, which is morning devotion. And we are going through the book of Acts. We'll be done with it next week, but I'm very proud that I relaunched Walking in the Word after taking the month of July off. I took 6 weeks off in the middle of the summer. People actually came back, which I was surprised, but I'm glad we did that. And I wrote that wrong. Walking in the Word, not walking word the. Anyway, those are two things that I'm very proud of this past month. Goals that are growing well. I would say my health goals are growing well. I actually lost a couple pounds last month, which has not been the case for a lot of months. Like a lot of the last few months, I have not lost any weight. But last month, I finally was able to get it together. And I lost 4 pounds last month. It took me a whole month to lose them, but I lost them. And my goal for September is to keep losing and not find any of the ones that I lost. This is the Power Sheets Goal Planner by Cultivate What Matters. The new ones for 2026 come out on September the 16th. And I will be sure to tell you all about that when they come out. So my health goals are growing well. My, let's see. What's not working? I want to incorporate a social Sabbath every week, and I didn't do that at all in the month of August. I was scrolling way too much. So scrolling is not working. Um, Paying attention to eating, paying attention to food, the calories. That did go well. What am I reading or listening to? I read last month, Practicing the Presence of God. I started Don't Try This Alone, and I started The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry. Y'all see a vein? What are you reading or listening to? I actually started The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry as an audiobook, and then I went to the Half Price bookstore and bought the physical book so I can do tandem reading, where I'm listening to the audiobook and reading the book at the same time so I can highlight as I'm going. That helps me focus so much because my brain will go in 50 directions while I'm reading a book. But if I engage multiple senses at one time, it helps me to focus. Do y'all do that? Do y'all do tandem reading? It helps me. Songs that are on repeat. Do I have to pause the music to get the song to come into my brain? Um, I have been singing on repeat several songs. Several songs. In fact, let me look on my phone because I took a picture of the lyrics. One of the songs that I've been singing is He Has Good Plans. He Has Good Plans. Do y'all know the song? He Has Good Plans for Me. And the other one is, oh, I can't think of a song while music is playing. Um, It'll come back to me and I'll write it down. But that one, He Has Good Plans for Me, has been front of mind. Oh, you're also okay. So some of y'all are joining me in the chat, and Nikki says she is also reading Don't Try This Alone. How have you liked it so far, Nikki? I've read the what is it when someone else, the forward, I've read that. The prologue, I've read that, and I've read chapter one. That's as far as I've gotten. How far are you into the book? And tell me what you think of it so far. That's Hi Chandra. Glad you're here too. Okay, gratitude. What am I grateful for? Man, so many things. All the things really. I'm grateful for community, first of all. Um, I am grateful that my Bible study is about to begin again because I need it for my own personal rhythm. I'm glad Bible study is beginning. Um, I am grateful that we got to spend some great family time this past month. Um, and so many other things, just all the things. I'm really always grateful for all the things, but I'm going to name those three this month. My favorite memories from the month of August. I checked off several things from my summer bucket list, one of which was the Gen Z lunch. And I don't remember why I even put this on my bucket list. As the girls were even coming into the house, I'm like, why did I? My son said, why are you inviting the 20 somethings over? I said, I don't know. And then while they were there, I said to the last two were still there, and I said, I feel like I'm supposed to pray over y'all. And they were like, will you please pray over us? So I was able to pray over them. And I wish I had done it earlier in the day when all the girls were still here. But I did get to pray over two of them, and it was just a sweet time. Anyway, so my favorite memory is the Gen Z party. And my second favorite memory from last month was we spent some time with my father-in-law, and he is a hoot and a half, and I just love him. So I'm gonna say father-in-law family time. What are your favorite memories from the month of August? I would love to know. I would love to know. So Lawanda is saying she hasn't started the book yet, and Nikki says she's on chapter 6. All right. It's eye-opening and pulling you out of your cave. That's what I'm afraid of. I think that's why I haven't picked it up. Because I'm like, this is already calling me out of my comfort zone. And I'm only on chapter one. I told Lawanda it is deep and rich and yeah, don't dive in expecting it to be like a surface level read. It is not. It is not. And she said, I truly need God and his people. And she says this a lot in the book. I definitely do too. I definitely do too, Nikki. Gwen says she's grateful for her online Bible studies, good health, and employment. Okay, I've triple checked all of those. Me too. I am very grateful for all of those. Chandra says she has. I don't try this alone, but she hasn't started reading. Maybe we need some accountability. Everybody, let's read through chapter 3 by next week. How about that? How about that? Read through chapter 3 by next week. Okay. Hey Melchi, glad you're here. So this is the first step, the month in review. So this month, let's see. I think I'm marching on into a new month, is what I'm gonna check as my imperfect progress. I'm marching on into a new month. I'm trying to remember the lyrics to that other song. Okay, so each month this book has a little like inspirational thought, and it says celebrate all the tiny victories. So that's why I'm clapping up my 50 miles because hey, I did them. I did them. I did all of them. Okay, so September. What are my important to dos, goals that I want to make progress on, what's on my calendar, and what's on my mind? So the only one I've actually pre-thought about are my important to dos. So this month, and I guess it's kind of on my calendar, that kind of fits all of them. I'm starting a class next month that I'm teaching at my church on spiritual disciplines. So that's an important to do. Is the spiritual disciplines class. Bible study fellowship starts for me tomorrow. Women's Bible study starts back at our church. It's called Gathering of the Girls. All the things. Oh my goodness, it's a lot. It's a lot. My son has played. My boys have played sports their whole life. Like the youngest one, like they were 7, 5, and 3 when they started playing sports, and this is the first year that I do not have a child playing sports. And so I'm looking at weekends like, what what we're supposed to do? We don't have a game. No one's playing. We don't have anywhere to be. What are we going to do? So I don't know where I'm gonna do my weekends. I'm about to adopt some child because I feel like I'm missing out on like being a sports mom or a band mom or a weekend commitment mom because I have not had this in 20 plus years. So anyway, um, that's some free time. I just told my husband everything I'm doing on Saturdays while they watch college football, and he's like, okay, because they're still committed to spending their Saturdays on sports. But I'll go watch some Lunch Child on Friday night, but I don't want to do that on Saturdays if we don't have to anymore. So the goals that I really need to make progress on this month are my financial goals. Like I did not budget last month, and I'm like, where did all my money go? So September can't do that again. I need to do the budget today, um, and I gotta give all my money a, a home before it finds the home on its own. I gotta stop just randomly spending. I gotta not go to half price books today like I plan to because the sale is still happening. 20% off everything, half price on paperback. I'm gonna go, but I'm not gonna go because I'm gonna stop spending. So I'm gonna stop random spending. Gwen said one of her favorite memories from last month was she joined an online Bible study with women much younger, and it's been such a blessing. Oh, that's so great. What are y'all studying, Gwen? What are y'all studying? Wanda says, the progress of healing from surgery. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it takes a while. And then she also needs time with the spiritual. Oh, you also had great time with the spiritual mother at a little cafe. That's so fun. Oh, yeah. I love a good cafe. I had coffee with some ladies at a cafe. I didn't realize how quiet the cafe was until we were leaving. I was the last one of us to leave. I'm like, oh, we were making a ruckus in here. We had a good time. Okay. Find you a great little cafe to spend some time with some people and talk. It will bless your soul. Bless your soul. This is the Cultivate What Matters Goal Planner. And this is the 2025 version. The 2026 comes out soon. I'll let you know when it's out, Gwen. Okay, that's all I have for this page. Oh no, let me do this section down here. The cultivated life evaluation checklist. So you're supposed to go through each one of these areas and rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. Yeah. So community. Okay. I'm gonna give myself like an 8 since I invited those girls over. We had a little community. I met with the other ladies at the. It was probably more like a 9. Like, what more can I do? That's pretty good, right? That's pretty good. I'm saying. On family, spent lots of time with family last month. Um, oh, you know what? I should go back. We had a birthday lunch for my mom. That was great too. So I would say I did pretty good on family. Um, Finances, I'm gonna give myself a 4. I did not do good on that. Health and wellness, I did pretty good. I still ate fast food a couple times, so I'm gonna say 7. Home and spaces. If you watch my stories and you know that I just unpacked last week from my trip in July, then you know how my home and spaces are. But today, I've been making progress. I've been doing all the things today. Spiritual growth and personal growth. I'm gonna say I'm gonna say a solid 7. And work and learning. Work is going pretty good. Give it an 8. And this undisclosed one that I know what it is, I didn't do much there, so I'm gonna go with 3. Okay. Oh, Melchi says she is grateful for 3 new projects booked in August. Congratulations. 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 And when y'all are studying the book of Genesis, you know what? I need to put more. Well, in Bible Study Fellowship, we're doing lots of Old Testament this year. Do I have the book? Do I have the book? We're studying like 8 Old Testament books. I'm excited for that. Maybe next fall I'll add some Old Testament and walking in the Word. Okay, the next sheets in the spread are a calendar, but I keep my calendar online, so I usually skip this. And then go to the break it down page, which you can write out your goals. So I'm gonna just like show y'all how I do this. So my first one is my financial goal. The first thing I need to do is the budget, and then I'm gonna say it's so hard because it's not like you can use cash, you know, like I want to say just have a certain amount of money that I can spend on buying random things. And the best way to do that is with cash. Like if I'm going to swipe my card, then I might go over, you know what I'm saying? So I'm trying to think of how can I track that without having cash, because I'm gonna do cash. I'm making excuses. I'm gonna set a cash frivolous spending budget, and when I'm out, I'm out. And anything else I need to do in the budget category? I am saving towards a big trip I want to take next year, so I need to make sure that's in there. Did y'all know if you have Walmart Plus, you can get 10 cents off a gallon at the Walmart gas station? I just found that out like 2 months ago, and I've been telling everybody. And my sister, I told her, she was like, yeah, you didn't know that? Well, no, I didn't. So if you didn't know that and you have Walmart Plus, get your 10 cents off on gas. I have been doing that. I've been filling up once a week, getting my 10 cents off on gas, and that has helped with me with my budgeting for my gas. Because, I didn't know I could fill up once a week. I had been going like, just let me just get half. And then a few days later, I'm back getting half. No, just fill it up. And it's been great. Okay, where are my BSF books? I think they're in here. Hold up. Hold up. Let me yell for a person. I just got my BSF book and I want to show you mine, Nikki, because I'm so excited. Or I guess I show all of you guys because, everybody can see it when I show it. Um, because I did it a little different this year. Melchi, you use cash for the extras. Have you run into places that are not taking cash anymore? The two books on the fireplace, the spirals. Um, some places don't take cash, but I don't go to places like that. I'm just using that as an excuse because I don't want to limit myself. See how that works? See how I just exposed myself? Oh, okay. In my spiritual goals, let me just keep going. Oh, thank you. Here are my books. And I said books because, do you do this, BSFers in the room? I have them separated by semester because the book this year, this is how thick it is. Look how, can y'all see that? That's a whopper of a book. So I separated it into two books. So this is the first semester through January. So it has all of my lessons through page 166. Lesson 13, I think. Yeah, through lesson 13. And then my next book, starts with lesson 14. I put these in at the beginning, the timeline in both books, because I feel like I would need them. And y'all know how much I love a map. So I repeated the map as well in my second book. And then I have my little index, so I know what page things are on. But then this one starts with lesson 14. I'm so excited. It's the little things, y'all. It's the little things. So I made two books instead of one. And each one, this is a whopper by itself. But I feel like halfway through the year, the book starts to get a little ratty. And now with two, when this one's starting to deteriorate, I'm going to be able to flip to the next one. Okay, Lawanda, you have never done BSF before. Do you need me to tell you why you should do BSF? I love it. Why don't y'all just tell her, BSFers in the chat, why y'all love BSF? Let me tell you also that I spent way too much money on combining this book on my own. I should have just bought the one that BSF is selling and then separated it into two books, because the way that I did it, I spent way more money than I needed to. And like Nikki is saying, she just bought the 3-hole punch one. See, my problem with the 3-hole punch is that the binder is not ideal for me in the group setting. Like, I much rather have the spiral where I can flip flat than the binder when I'm in group. I can make an excuse for anything, y'all. Okay, Gwen said she buys her groceries online with HEB and it keeps her in budget. Yes, my husband thankfully does the grocery budget and shopping. So I don't have to worry about that part. That's the one part that stays in control because he manages it. You put it in my hands, we're going to have way more of everything that, yeah, he took that. He's like, you know what? Let me help you. Let me help you. And he says it saves him money because he sees it adding up. And he's like, no, let me take some of this stuff out. I appreciate him for doing that. Okay. All right. So my spiritual goals, of course, are walking in lowered. as my daily devotion, I need to reincorporate silence and Sabbath into my routines weekly. And I just need to be like more attentive, like giving more space to the spirit to speak. So just that's why the silence and the Sabbath are there space for. So when you fill out this whole side, these things become what matters to you for the month. So I'm gonna just do one more since I kind of only have one more section. It's the health section. I'm gonna walk 50 miles. Actually, I want to walk 60, so I'm gonna put 60. The challenge is only for 50, but I personally want to do 60. Um, and I want to count calories because that's the only thing that keeps me from eating all the cookies. Because otherwise, I'm like, I haven't had enough sweets today. I could have more cookies. No, you can't. No, you can't. And I need to work on some strength training, some toning. Okay, that's enough goals for 1 month, right? Um, and Nikki says she loves BSF and she meets on Zoom. Well, that probably helps too, because then you have your own space to like lay your book out. In the room where my BSF happens, we're in chairs and knock knees and stuff. I need to take up as least space as possible. Okay, this is the heart of the Power Sheets Goal Planner. If you've never seen this before, this is called the tending list. So you write some encouraging words to yourself and a priority for the month. And then you have monthly actions, weekly actions, and daily actions. And I'm going to start with my daily actions. So mine usually repeat month after month. The word, being in the word daily, walking daily. I want to do my BSF lesson daily. That's a challenge for me because I like to just sit down and do the lesson. But it's designed to be done day by day. So I really want to try to do it day by day. So I'm putting it on my daily goals. I would like to read every day. Like, all these books that I'm reading, I'd like to read them every day. And I need to write or at least capture some thoughts daily from all of this. Then on the weekly section, in the weekly section, this is where I want to have my silence and Sabbath and a social Sabbath every week. And we try to have date night every week. And I want to produce a YouTube video every week. I feel like saying that in front of y'all makes me feel even more accountable. But does this count? This counts. This one today, this counts, okay? And I also want to write for Substack every week. I did a little live on my other channel called a community chat, and that was one of the things I talked to them about is like growing the audience. And one of the ways that I can do that is by writing to Substack and sending out the weekly emails to the people who have said it's okay that I emailed them. So I need to do that weekly, which is why I need to be writing so that when it's time to put that once a week post together, I have something to say. So Substack. Okay. And then I need to do the strength training. So I need to put that on here. I feel like you have to do it more than once a week, but I don't think I want to do it daily. So let's just start with once a week, okay? Strength training once a week. We'll work our way up to putting on the daily list. But let's start slow. How about that? In the main monthly section, these are things that are just going to happen once a month. We're going to do the budget. And we're going to get the cash. Okay. Other monthly things that I'm gonna do. Oh, in the weekly section. Okay, pause for a little story time. Um, I'm gonna tell you, write down what I want to write down is family FaceTime. The problem with family FaceTime is many of y'all know this. I'm an Android girl, but I have an iPad, and I have the iPad for family FaceTime. And that's where I consume most of my YouTube content because it's like my own little personal TV and I use it all the time. And this weekend it broke and it's not repairable. And I don't think I should replace it because I'm pretty sure Jesus broke my iPad. Because on Friday, I clearly, very clearly heard you should use this weekend as a social Sabbath. And I was like, no, it's a long weekend and I don't have any plans. Why would I be off social this weekend? I don't think so. This isn't the weekend. So I did not social Sabbath. And I woke up Saturday morning and my iPad was broken. And so I went to 3 places to get it repaired and get it fixed. And after I left the 3rd place, I said, nothing was wrong with this iPad yesterday. There's 2 culprits here. Either my husband broke my iPad or Jesus broke my iPad. And I said to my husband, you didn't touch my iPad, did you? He said, no, I didn't touch it. I said, I knew it. Jesus broke my iPad. I should, this is like, I really feel like the whatever glitch happened in it is for my greater good. And I am so convicted about it and also like sad because it was like a crutch for me. But now it's gone. And guess what I have time for? Less scrolling, more listening, paying attention to what the Spirit wants to say. So, family FaceTime is on here, but I don't have an iPad. I got to figure out how we're going to do that because we all get on and it's like a little family meeting time. What are y'all doing? What y'all been doing? What we about to do? Because my son and his wife live across town and my other son will be at college and one son will be here. So it's like our little family get together once a week. I don't know how to do it since Jesus took my iPad because I would not put it down. Lay down your idols, friends. Lay down your idols. So, okay. The other thing that this month is, like I said, that spiritual disciplines class at church. And nothing else is for the month that I need to tune to. I think I might be. Oh, I need to prep the Paul's letters. I think that's it. So this is the process. Encouraging words. I usually look up a Bible verse to put there. Any verses been speaking to y'all's hearts this month? I think I know which one I want to use. But any verses speaking to y'all that you want to share as your personal encouragement for this month? I went to a worship night. Oh, I should put that on my list of things that I really enjoyed. I went to a worship night. With 2 of the girls that came to my Gen Z gathering. They hosted a worship night at their church and they invited me to come. It was beautiful. It was so beautiful. It was so it was about 50 people in the room. The voices, everyone sang. It was so beautiful. I wrote down as verses and words from the songs would like really resonate with me. I wrote down the lyrics and there was just space and time to be with Jesus. It was just beautiful. There was prayer, there was singing, and there was just time in his presence. And I'm so glad they invited me. I was so glad they invited me. I forgot that. I need to put that on my list. Um, I'm looking for the verse that would be my encouragement. Mm, Melchi says, reading and writing, good goals. You too. Okay. Yay. Are those in your daily section? In your reading? Are the reading and writing in your daily section? One of the times in morning devotion in the past few days, um, it's really stuck out to me. Um, mm, how the Lord just keeps coming to reassure Paul that he's on the right path. And I've been thinking about those verses over and over and over and over. Um, have courage. You have testified about me in Jerusalem, so it is necessary for you to go to Rome and all the place, all of like, where's the Rome, Jesus, you're sending me to? Like, it's so scary to go where he sends you, but the reward is so rich, right? Anyway, so I was thinking about those verses. There's another verse I'm thinking about too, in the Psalms that I think is going to be my encouragement for this month. Mm, yeah, I think it's it. Chandra said, okay, oh, y'all turning some in. Melchi said Romans 12, 1 and 2. Y'all know the Bible's reading. Let me pause this vibiness for a minute while we read these. Romans 12. If y'all didn't hear, Romans is our Lent study next year. We're gonna be doing Romans in the month in during Lent. Therefore, brothers and sisters, in view of the mercies of God, I urge you to present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and pleasing to God. This is your true worship. Do not be conformed to this age, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, so that you may discern what is the good, pleasing, and perfect will of God. Amen. 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 I love it. I love it. Yep, yep, yep. Mm-mm-mm. Chandra says Ephesians 2:10. Ephesians 2:10. For we are his workmanship, created in Christ Jesus for good works, which God prepared ahead of time for us to do. Amen. 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 I think I'm going with because the song keeps reverberating in my head. Psalm 34, verse 4. I sought the Lord, and he answered me and rescued me from all my fears. Those who look to him are radiant with joy. Their faces will never be ashamed. That's verses 4 and 5. Psalm 34, 4 and 5. So now I just write those in and pick a priority for the month. And then my whole tending list is done. And then I come back to this every tending list Tuesday is the reminder on Tuesdays to come back. But just once a week, come back and update the progress. Like, how have I done throughout the month? So I'm going to write those in. And then that's it for this. That's all that I do here. Priority for the month is to seek him. Seek him. This is the Power Sheets process. And so then you mark off at the end, each week and throughout the week, throughout the month. And then at the end of the month, you come back and do your month in review. And then at the end of the quarter is the quarterly refresh. So maybe in October, I'll take y'all through that whole quarterly refresh process. So what do y'all think? Do y'all like this process? It makes you sit down and, just check in for a moment. So the new study for BSF this year is called Exile and Return. Exile and Return. So it is a 3-year, let's see. The first one was People of Promise, and it started with Joshua, and it went through King David. And then the next one was the Kingdom. So that was the Kingdom United. Then the next one was the Kingdom Divided. We picked up with Solomon, and we went all the way up until the Exile. And now this is the third one in the series, and it's called Exile and Return. So it's going to start at the Exile and go to the return to the Promised Land. So the books that we're going to study are Ezekiel, Daniel, Ezra, Esther, Haggai, Zechariah, Nehemiah, Malachi. Yeah, and that's it. So that's more than 8. That's more than 8, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, that's 8. Yeah, 8 books of the Bible. So Ezekiel, Daniel, Ezra, Esther, Haggai, Zechariah, Nehemiah, and Malachi. It's going to be a great year. It's going to be a lot of reading. I look at this and I'm like, oh, we're about to read a lot. Yeah. It's going to be good though. So yeah, the Exile and the Return to the Promised Land. A Time to Build is the name of the study. And those have not happened in order. Like I think we did the first one, I don't know, it's probably been 5 years ago. And this used to be just one study, but they've broken it up into 3. So get in there, girl. I've been in BSF. My 20-year-old was 4 for 15 years in BSF. And every year I'm like, I've done some studies multiple times, but there's no reason for me to leave. At first I thought, I'm going to do these 7 studies and I'll be out. And here we are, year 16. Yes, I'm a big fan of BSF. And then if you haven't ever seen this, I guess I could do this now too since we're tarrying. So this is what it's like. There's, like I said, it's broken up into days. So you just have a couple questions each day. So the first day, you always start with reading the notes from the previous lesson and what stood out to you in the notes or the lecture. That's always day 1. Day 2, you'll read just Esther chapter 3 if you're on lesson 14. And then it'll say from verses 1 through 6, describe the conflict between Haman and Mordecai. What may have motivated each of them? Then the next question, what do Haman's edict and the king's approval reveal about each of them? And then, so there's like 4 questions for that one day. How might this deadly mandate reflect the prophecy of Genesis 3:15? So now you got to go read that, as well as the words of these other 2 passages. In what ways can human pride and selfish motivation distort your attitudes and actions, and what can you do about it? And that's it. That's that day. Then the next day you'll pick up and you'll read Esther chapter 4, and then you have a few questions to answer there. So if you do it daily, it's bite-sized, it's attainable, it's achievable, all the things. And then when you go to BSF, so first you're going to do your home study. Then you will go to BSF, you'll go into a discussion group, online, in person, however, and you'll discuss your answers. Then at my BSF, we do that before we have a lecture where the teaching leader will go over the main truths, key points, principles from this passage. And then you go home and you read what's called the notes, which is basically like commentary. And the commentary goes through more in depth all of what you already read. So like here's commentary on all those chapters from Esther, right? And it ends with take to heart. And then you start the process again. So then the next lesson will ask you, what did you learn from the lecture and the notes from the previous lesson? So yeah, that's how BSF is. And I just said all that very quickly, and I'm happy to explain it more in depth if someone has additional questions. But it's the personal study um, is really, really helpful to me because it's broken down. Um, there's always a fact question, there's always an interpretive question, and there's always an application question. If you look at the questions for each day, you'll see that. So what did Haman and Mordecai say? What are the implications of that? Like, so now you're trying to you're doing some interpretive. What do other passages in the Bible say that reference this? So now you're doing some correlation, some cross referencing. And then how are you going to apply this to yourself? Okay. So I love that. And then the next day you're doing the same thing, and it just walks you through the process. And then you get to talk to other people and, hear how they responded to those. That's BSF. Okay, the last thing I wanted to do was some memory keeping. Y'all, this is my favorite little device ever. I'm gonna see if I can get it to do what I want it to. I charged it because I usually don't have it charged, and every time I go to use it, it's like, girl, you didn't charge me. I use this little printer to do memory keeping. I'm gonna show y'all some of the old memory keeping. I showed this in a video before, so I'm gonna show y'all again. It prints out these cute little pictures, and then I write down what happened on those days. So I already picked my pictures for the month of August. I actually picked too many, and I need to go through and narrow it down because I can't print them all out. Even though I want to, I can't print them all. So I'm going to print some of these out and put them in my book. And then if y'all want to chat while I'm doing this, that'd be fun. So what's your main thing for the month of September? What's something you want to do every week? And what's something you want to make sure you do every day? Okay. Y'all chat it up with me while I print my pictures. Here's my little album for August 2025. This pizookie was so good. This is from date one. Do y'all know BJ's has a $13 dinner menu? Do y'all know that? And it comes with the pizookie. Do y'all know that? Maybe you don't need to know that, but they have a $13 menu that is so good. This is good. And I want to bring that one. That's my father-in-law. I want to print that one. Okay, okay. I like this song. I always think this doesn't take very long, and it doesn't. It's just the fact that y'all are waiting on me makes it feel a little longer. Oh, looking back over the month, my niece got engaged last month. I'll let her put that on her best of list for the month. Okay, I'm just putting a couple more. Just a couple more. So it just prints out those cute little pictures and their stickers. And I just stick them in on the date that they happened. So this was September the 9th. And I just write a little bit what happened. Okay, this is my favorite part. Did I print? Oh, I'm out of paper. Um, this is my favorite part is writing down the memory and the circumstances that brought us together that day were less than ideal. But I'm so glad all the kids cleared their schedule so that we could all be together and go down. That's how you load them. These are the cards. Um, So all the kids cleared their schedules so that we could all go down together. And so while the circumstances that brought us together were less than ideal, I'm so glad we got to spend the day with Papa Joe. This is the first time that Morgan, my daughter-in-law, was able to meet him and his wife Mona. And we took photos with him, with all of his grandsons and his son. And he had donuts for us and orange juice and clear soda only. He used to be a Dr. Pepper only kind of man. And now he said, the doctor said no more of the dark soda. So he had clear soda for us this time. Anyway, writing all those details down next to the photo makes me remember the day all the more. And I wrote it on Friday because there's not enough room on Saturday to do that. Yeah. This was a Friday night date night. Let's see. It was the first one of the month. This is, if you haven't gotten this one yet, this is the Own Your Life Full Circle Planner, and I use it just for the memory keeping. Okay, Lawanda, you found the printer. Yes, the Ivy printer is about $100. I got it as a Christmas gift. I don't buy this stuff from the city. Melty said her main goals for the month are get some things off the back burner. Okay, that's interesting. And weekly, she's going to stay on track with work projects. And the daily, she's going to read and write. Yay! I'm looking forward to. Did I do it upside down? I'm looking forward to what you do, Melchi, in your reading and your writing. I think y'all get the picture of how this part works, but I'm going to do one more day, which this was last Saturday. I went to Dallas Theological Seminary. I finished in 2018. And there's a group of young girls that are there now that I have had the pleasure of meeting. And one of them hosted a conference, a whole conference. And all the teachers at the conference were other seminary students with her. And the name of the conference was called Yearn. And it was such a sweet day to just watch this next generation of Bible scholars come together and teach the word. And so I was so glad I got to go and spend the day with them. So that's what I did that day. And then these photos that are printing now are from my little Gen Z party. So to get all of these in, because I have to print 2 more at least. I'm going to cut this one. This is going to take up the whole little section. And see, this is the Gen Zers. They don't just take a picture; they pose for the picture. Like, look at all the shoulders and the you know, they serve you the picture. They don't just take a photo. And then there were, let's see, including me, 8 people, 8 of us at the Gen Z lunch. So 7 girls came, and then me. I gotta get all of the photos together. With my daughter-in-law, one of her really good friends. So I'm gonna go back and put all these pictures in, and I'm gonna write about the days. And yeah, this is my favorite part, the memory keeping. Do y'all do anything like this? Any memory keeping? Any taking of photos, marking the moments, writing about it in your journals? This is the Pazuki from date night. So I'm going to write about that too. Anyway, I've held y'all long enough. I don't even know how. I've been on an hour. So let's wrap. Let's wrap there. Anyway, this is a process that I like to go through every month. Looking back at the previous month, capturing some memories from it, and then planning the month ahead. And thank y'all for joining me today. Those of you who were live, those of you who are on team replay. My daughter in law says people like long videos. So here we go. Here's a long video for you. If you watched it at 2x, let me know. If you make it to this point in the video and you're watching the replay, then put in the chat, in the comments, we made it. How about that? We made it. Meaning you made it to the end of the video. The end of the video crew. I hear that's a thing. The end of the video crew. You made it. All right. Thank y'all for joining me. Those of you who've been hanging out with me live. Thank you, Team Replay, for watching. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate you. Love to know what you're planning for this month. Give me your rundown of your monthly big goal, your weekly reminders, and your daily habits. See y'all next month. No, next Monday when I put out another video.